Hey guys, welcome to the Formula 1 Grand Prix experience at Spa Circuit Francorchamps in Belgium. Come join me today on this video as I show you the jam-packed experience at the Grand Prix weekend. There's so many things to see and plenty of experiences to try. Now, I like this circuit because there's so many hilly terrains that allow fans to sit and watch the race. And the views are not really that bad. There's so many prime spots around the circuit. Now, if you don't want to spend money on the seats, you really have to come early to take a nice spot, which what most people are doing. On the way to the fan zone, there's this section of the hill where there are massive stands of portrait posters of the drivers being displayed. Now, this is actually one of my favorite areas. It's really nice to roam around this area and appreciate the drivers' portraits, which is really cool, and it's such a good area for fans to have photos with the drivers or the team that they are supporting. Now, this is not my first Formula 1 Grand Prix experience. I have been to Silverstone a couple of times. However, this is my first Grand Prix experience overseas, so definitely this one is something special. Alright guys, welcome to the fan zone. This is the area where there are lots of activities and experiences to try. Now, this tends to get very busy with a lot of people coming here, as most of the entertainment and events are here when there's nothing happening at the racetrack. In the fan zone, there are a lot of shops, food stalls, and free activity booths that you can participate in. It's a really fun experience to share with your friends and your family. In the fan zone, there's the F1 sim racing, the Ferris wheel, cars and trophy exhibition, the pit stop challenge, the podium for picture taking, the blast zone, and lastly the selfie booth, which are my top two favorites. In the blast zone, a strong gush of winds blows onto your face. I guess it's meant to make you feel like you're driving a race car running at high speed. This is actually a fun activity to do, and I look funny. I never knew my face is as soft and as elastic as you can see here. Meanwhile, in the selfie booth, you can choose the team or the drivers you like to appear on your picture, which will be sent to you digitally for free. I didn't really expect the drivers will show up on the screen and eventually onto your pictures, and I think it's a fun experience and what a great remembrance for the event. Lastly, in the fan zone, you will find the main stage, and this is where the concerts and the before and after parties are being held. This is also where you get to meet the drivers during the fan forum. It's a good experience to see and listen to the drivers live as they get interviewed, and this is such a surreal moment for me and perhaps for most of the fans to see the drivers in real life. My favorite part of the fan meet is when they played the opening credits of the drivers, where the crowd goes wild and we're screaming in support of their driver or their team.
It's actually closer to where I grew up, and it's my favorite track. I always enjoy it. You know, I always have a smile on my face when I land here and I get here and drive and see all the fans, because you know the track is so big. There's so many fans everywhere. Of course also a lot of good memories with results-wise and stuff. You know, so that always helps to come back as well.
You've won the last few races here, so how do you feel coming into this weekend? Obviously things are a little bit closer, but how does it feel? You've got fantastic form.
Yeah, I'm dreaming a bit about last year. That was the scenario was a bit better back then, but Yeah, we are not the quickest at the moment, and I think yesterday as well. We had a good start to the weekend, so I'm quite happy with that. We tried out some things. I do think that we are quite competitive, but I don't think we are, let's say, competitive enough to really go for the win, and especially.
Hands in the air.
Have you fucking proud? It be raining now. I keep making sound. Go another round. Bitch, I'm legend bound. Can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. I slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big boss, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase that, face it.
Now, race day is probably the most exciting day for me because it's the main event, and on this day the weather has been great with blue skies and sunny condition. We spent most of the day sat on our seat because we wanted to watch most of the events from the F2 and the Porsche racing, the historic F1 car demonstration, the drivers parade, and of course the actual race. Now, being there in person is completely different from watching the race on the television. It was such a good vibe and a great atmosphere to be at, and being there, rain or shine, you feel the weather doesn't really deter you from having a good time. And the cheering and the laughter of the crowd, the loud buzzing sound of the cars, eating fast food, seeing different colors of shirts and caps to support a team, it's definitely something worthwhile to experience.
Everywhere you look. This is the Belgian Grand Prix. Great reaction time. Leclerc, who's got the...
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't.
Right, how happy were you this morning to look out of the window and see bright sunshine at Spa Circuit Francorchamps?
Very happy, a nice sunny day here, which is rare. Very excited, ready to go. Optimistic we can have a good result. But we know the Red Bulls are going to be very fast. So a little bit nervous about them, but yeah, excited we can put on a good race still.
I like it when the race started and you can see the cars assembling on the display screen, and then you see them going past in front of you on the track, and the cars are going at great speed. I don't know, there's something about the buzzing sound of the car that immerses you to be present in that moment. And it's experiences like this that reminds me that life is too short. Therefore, when there's an opportunity to experience things or to travel to places or do something that you are passionate about, and I think you should go for it. Overall, it was such a good race. You would be surprised 44 laps go so quick. You are always on edge because you wanted your supported team to do well and of course to win the race. And also it's an intense moment when the cars try to overtake each other. But in the end, it was George Russell who dominated this race. I really thought Lewis Hamilton will catch up with him, and I was also surprised Lando Norris didn't do well on this race. It was a tight race between the first, second and third placer, and eventually it was a solid win for George. However, unfortunately later on that day, he was announced to be disqualified from the win due to technical issues, hence the race win went to Lewis Hamilton, Oscar Piastri and Charles Leclerc as first, second, third placers respectively.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature.
Now, after the race, we got the chance to walk at the racing track back to the fan zone for some food and for the after party. Walking around the actual racetrack where these famous drivers drive is such a moment for me. You guys would have noticed that I had so much pinch me moments on this event. Everyone after the race were walking around different directions. For us, we hang around the fan zone where there were different DJs lined up to play their set till 10 p.m. And that's pretty much how we wrapped up on the Belgian Grand Prix experience. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been Clive saying goodbye, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.
Like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.